Hello my convicts and convict catchers, it is Attic Convict bringing you guys and gals another unboxing. Yes, we've got another unboxing. It's not this in particular, but this is the TP-Link. This is the 4G TP-Link. As you can see there, it takes a SIM card and that goes into there and provides this with 4G power or 3G. It's been a pretty cool router. I've enjoyed using it. As you can see, it's had a lot of use out of it. A lot of moving, so it's got lots of marks on it. I need to give this a bit of a clean. Dirty boy, dirty Kappa. Anyway, so it's not regarding this as such, but we do want to keep this here right now, for now. So what we want to do, we're actually going to unbox something else now. It's not exactly what I wanted it to be, but it kind of interested me as well to what it is, and it's only £40 on Amazon or £39.99. Very, very cheap. I did, however, buy the last one. There is one for £59 that comes with a Switch, but I really wanted to kind of show this off and kind of have a look into this as well. But I am looking into the other item I did want as well, and I'll explain that in a moment. So I went out and I've been looking and thinking to myself, you know, I've got a connection, or a couple of connections. We've got this one here that can give me anything from 5 to, I'd say for download, I can generally get around about 10, 12, 15 to about 40 or 50 download with this bad boy, depending on obviously where it's situated. There is a antenna bit that goes in here that I bought. It's a big box with a 5-meter cable, and what you can basically do is you can take off the bottoms here and you can actually attach a cable to this. That's an outside antenna, which I do have, which is upstairs, I believe. Yeah, it's upstairs. And obviously you get the indoor antennas, so you can get on here, you just basically twist them back on, which I can't seem to do now for some weird reason. There we go. And then you twist these back on. Now, in my area, I apparently get a pretty good 4G connection anyway, so that's not too bad. I've then got my BT Home Hub, which is the normal standard one I'm paying the money for, which I pay about £50 a month, and I get the maximum that the line can support, which is 30 down and 5 upload, which isn't good, especially for the upload, even though on live stream I have used the BT Hub and it actually did work pretty well, which I'm pretty happy on, but it was at the cost of obviously the capture bitrate, which I had to have down at 2500 in order to be able to do that. And obviously that's going to take then obviously around about 2.5 megabits in order to do it, you know, and I've only got 5, so that left me another 2.5 or something of that. You do the math, I'm not a mathematician. And then obviously we've got the private lease connection, which obviously is obsolete now. It's being cut off and everything due to obviously missold, because I did ask BT for a specific speed, they told me, and I signed a contract for 1010 and then they failed to deliver on that. And they have now obviously been very, very nice. There's a great woman, I think her name's Angela or Angie, and she's been absolutely amazing. And she sorted everything out for me, got the line cancelled, and it didn't even cost me a penny as well. So thank you to her, and obviously to the people who did help at BT. Unfortunately, there was a lot of people I went through BT that weren't very helpful, weren't very good at all, and kind of left me high and dry, which wasn't good. Same as the guy who gave me this connection in the first place, Liam. Absolutely dropped me right in it and then stopped answering any emails, and apparently his boss has got the same surname as him, and he wouldn't even speak to me. So I've had, you know, ups and downs all over the place with the GE8 FTTC connection. I'm just glad it got fixed and I got someone else eventually to come in and obviously do it. I had to go to the ombudsman though to get it done, but as soon as I went to the ombudsman, that was it. They were in contact. So luckily that got sorted, because that could have been pretty hairy, unfortunately. Anyway, so today's unboxing, even though we're like 5 minutes in already, is this from TP-Link. Now, as you can see here, it's called a load balancing router. Now, I want to try this out and see what we could do. Basically, it says on here, stable and reliable performance, free changeable WAN to LAN ports with an integrated smart load balancing functionality provides users with consistent network uptime and reliable Ethernet connectivity. Professional lighting protection technology designed to prevent electrical damage of up to 4 kilovolts in the well-grounded connection condition. Desktop steel case offers efficient heat dissipation. Abundant security features. It has automatic detect, block, denial, service quality, DOS attacks and stuff like that, ping of death and other related threats. And it's a simple and effective management. So basically what this does is that it will provide me to be able to actually connect multiple internet service providers to this one box. So if we open it now, and we'll have a quick look. Right, here it is. I've already had it out, so you have to bear with me on that one. But there you go, there's the instructions to it. Here's the plug that goes with it. And the piece that resistance is this. And we also get some little rubberized things that I need to stick on there as well. So if we pull this out, and that's it. Now this is a pretty well made box. It's pretty well. I thought it'd be like some sort of plasticky thing, but this is same as the Cisco Meraki down there, which is metal. But as you can see here, the different ports on here, you've got the WAN port, which obviously connects to the modems on the first two. It's now set up basically when you first get this, it's set up so that WAN 1 and WAN 2 are for providers, and then this one is the LAN, which connects them to obviously the router. Now this doesn't have Wi-Fi, it's not capable of Wi-Fi or anything like that. All it does basically on the tin is it balances connections, and from the research I did, even though it wasn't the one like I said, and I'll explain that in a moment, it balances all the connections on there to give you a fail safe. So if you ever lose your connectivity, this will obviously keep you online because it'll swap you from one provider to the other provider. But it can also, if you're using certain applications that have multiple or different upload and download streams, this can actually connect both of your connections together and download with both connections at the same time. I've been looking at a few tutorials. There's one I've seen that I've actually been using at the moment that actually kind of, in a way, bonds the connections together to get it to work simultaneously. But obviously, this kind of device can't do that. All it basically does is balances two loads and sends them out at the same time. And then obviously, if A or B becomes more congested, I can't even say it, more congested, then it will swap over from A to B and do it that way, sort of thing, with this particular device. Now, obviously, what I wanted, once I did a bit more research and used my brain, is a router that does what's called bonding. And that is what I actually needed, not this. But like I said, I'm quite happy with it. It does what it needs to do. So I'm pretty happy with the product. I've actually been using it. I've actually found it pretty good. It has increased my speeds overall when I've done a speed test. I've been up into the 60s with download using both the TP-Link and the BT Hub. Upload's not been as high, but then again, the TP-Link's not been in the optimal position. What I've noticed is when I generally use, such as like the TP-Link here, is that it's very fiddly to find a good connection area, even though when I've called such as EE or Vodafone, because I'm provided, my mobile phone's provided through Vodafone, is that it doesn't really give me a good signal, even though apparently I'm supposed to get a good coverage indoors and outdoors for 4G, and I don't. I get 2 bars inside, and then obviously I bought a polarized antenna, like I said, a big white box, which I've shown before, and that will then stick onto the windows, or you can put it outside and mount it, and it will then provide you with a signal from there as well. And because it's polarized, it picks up signals from all around it. It's not omnidirectional, which has to have line of sight of the actual mast. on there. But yeah, this product's been really, really good. I've actually used it a little bit yesterday, and it seems okay. I still need to work out a lot more configurations and stuff and how it works exactly, but it's been okay. I've enjoyed using it. But yeah, this is a load balancing router. So like I said, it just has two flows, A and B. And then if A goes down, B will pick up and it will share the flow. So if like say for instance, Rio's watching YouTube, I'm playing games, Catherine's doing a Zoom call, it will balance all those connections to give them the best connection possible on whichever device is connected to at the time. So you can actually connect up to four internet service providers to this box, and you can change each one of these. Now, like I said, only 1 and 2 on here. These two are WAN ports, which is what obviously you use for the internet service provider. You can up to 4 of these and then just 1 LAN port, which would then connect to a router. Another thing I've been reading as well is obviously I need to put both the other modems into like a bridge mode so that they act just like a modem, feed them into this, and then this will be fed then into such as like the NetDuma sort of thing, which I could probably actually show you. So you all remember what this is. This is the NetDuma R2 gaming router. So basically what would happen is you would get this. Obviously this would connect to this in modem mode, and then this would feed to this and provide this with the internet, and then obviously you could use congestion control. Now this does have congestion control on it, a QoS system as well. You can put down, if it gets to 90% or whatever percent, that it should limit connections in order to obviously keep people with reliable internet as well. So it has got a quality of service feature to it as well. Now, like I said, the only problem obviously with this is what I was hoping for, what I thought it was at first, is that it was kind of like the bonding router I'm after. With this, basically, like I said, it's just two separate. It doesn't connect all the lines, because what I was going to do is use this with a BT hub, and if I could get 30 from the hub and say 10 for this, then that's 40. And then if I can get like 20 or 15 for this, and then obviously get 5 from my other, that's 20 sort of thing. So that's what I wanted to do, and then have one independent connection. Would that increase speeds? Would that make things better? So that is what's called a bonding router, from what I've read. A bonding router can take on multiple connections. I did watch a couple of videos from Linus from the tech team, and he was on about it because he actually did something in regards to this as well. But he obviously thought this was exactly what I thought it was, which was obviously it was going to balance a load of 2 connections to give 1 connection to then use, but it doesn't work in that way. With a bonding router, basically what that does is it splits up the packet into half, and then half goes one way, half goes down the other provider, and then they rejoin at the other end, and it can provide obviously a 1 connection, but it splits them into 2 and then just rejoins them at the other end when it's been calculated by the server at the other side, enabling you to have obviously double, triple the speed depending on what your 2 providers are. With this one, like I said, you can connect multiple providers. So this one and the BT hub, you could connect satellite to this, anything that runs a connection can run through this, and you can change these up to 1, up to 4 of these on here to take on 4 providers, and then just run the connections. And then, like I said, it'll balance the loads of each one between each one to give you the best connection. So yeah, so there we go. So this is, let me move that out of the way, the TP-Link load balancing router. Really, really cool. I actually like it. I did use it. Like I said, I've watched a couple of YouTube videos. There's one who kind of gives you an idea that possibly you can do load balancing with this. Or bonding with this, I should say. Not load balancing, but bonding. Obviously, it's not going to be the exact same as what I want it for. It's not going to do what I expect it to do. But It has done pretty well. I've done a test. I did a test where it actually gave me, even though when I tested this separately, such as the TP-Link was only giving me about 2 upload, this was giving me in the region of 60 download for this one. That's including both connections, and then obviously from TP-Link, because it was only giving me 2, I was getting about 6 or 7 uploads, so it didn't really make too much difference between obviously what I was normally getting on upload side, but my download side went insane. Anyway, I'm going to leave it here because Rio's coming down and he'll demonetize me with his music. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe if new, tap that notification bell and you can be notified of all my videos. And yes, it is I, the Cap Convict, signing out. As always, I salute you and I'll see you in the next video. Anyway, I'm going to go quick. Oh, is it not bringing? He's not bringing it down. He's not brought it down apparently. But yeah, he's here. He is here with me. Anya, you here with me now? Hey, hi. What? What's the matter? Hey, you okay? Yeah. Yeah, sweetie. Anyway, I'm gonna go. So I thought I was going to bring down his phone with playing demonetizable music or some sort of cartoon, but he hasn't. But there we go. That's the bonding router right there. It's pretty interesting. I'm going to do some more testing with it, obviously, and see what we can do, what else this can possibly do. Like I said, it's got a QoS to it. It's got quite a few features, to be honest, built into it, and the way that it balances connections could probably make a difference. So if you've got an issue in your home where people are taking up all the internet, then this could probably be a good solution for you because it'll help to balance out those connections. Because I only have 5 upload, hopefully it'll balance the connection well between obviously the BT and the one here. I just need to add all the connections together and then get them to run through this one balancing router here and see what we can do from that. But I'm pretty impressed. It does more or less what it says. The only thing obviously it can't do is wireless. It doesn't do Wi-Fi. So any connection is going to have to be run through this and then obviously go out from there. So we'll see what we can do in terms of that. One thing you probably would need to do that I need to test today is any sort of devices, like I said, that connect to this that I use for the internet, such as this one and the BT hub. Then you would have to put them in like a bridge or modem mode, and then obviously have one provider or one extra attachment that would just do Wi-Fi and just emit a Wi-Fi signal. Is what you kind of want, is like a Wi-Fi transmitter rather than an actual another router sort of thing, which I'm going to try and play test a little bit with the NetDuma R2 here and sort of see how we get on with that when I connect it. But all in all, it's pretty good. I've been enjoying it. But if you do want to have the ability to connect 2 connections, like 2 providers, say this was EE, this was BT, and then connect them together and have one connection, then it needs to be a bonding router is what you need, not a balance loading router or load balance router, whatever you want to call it. So we'll see. But I think it's pretty good. Anyway, after today as well, obviously for the rest of the week, we'll be doing more upload videos. I'm going to take today time to sort of download some games and get things sorted and stuff like that, and try and get that sorted as well. That's another thing as well. During my live stream, I tried to download Apex. Obviously, it's going to take a few hours. It's going to take about 4 hours. With this and with the 2 connections, it did it in around 80 minutes. 80 minutes it did it. And then once it got past the first threshold part, the other one was going to take around about 80 minutes. So it took a lot less. From something that was going to take a region of probably 4 or 5 hours or more, actually got reduced down to what, 1.5, 2 hours near enough. And that's a big jump in terms of connection. So this definitely helps with downloading and uploading files as well, and that's through the PS5 on there as well, not the PC. So yeah, I think it's pretty good if you have one of those situations where you have a lot of people using a lot of internet in the house and you're finding that you're losing signal or someone's dropping out or you're having any problems, and this is what you need. You need a load balancing router, because this will optimize all the connections across multiple service providers to make sure that you always stay online and have the best connection, whatever you're doing, for each and every person that joins. So you could be watching YouTube, Netflix, Twitter, gaming, and this would provide you with sufficient amount of download and upload speed across all people to keep you all online and to keep obviously doing what you do. It's good. These are used in such as like small cafes and stuff like that, so you can imagine how many people use the internet there. So I definitely recommend it on that front. If you're wanting obviously something that else I'm going to review in the future, hopefully if we can get out of one, which is the bonding router, then definitely keep an eye on the channel, because as soon as I can I'll be doing that as well. But I think it's gonna do it's justice. I'll give you a review of what I think of it in a few weeks, maybe give it a month or so, and then I'll do a review to what I feel it's like, and sort of try it out from there. But all in all, I think it's a pretty nice device, and it's served a pretty decent purpose. Maybe not exactly what I wanted it to do, but what else can I say? It definitely helps. Definitely helps. Anyway, you know it is. It is I, the Cab Convict. I'm signing out. I salute you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.